There are moments in history when silence speaks louder than explosions. Venezuela is living under one such moment. In the darkness of the night, when cities were already tired, when people had nothing left except hope, foreign aircraft entered the sky, no warning, no permission, no global consensus. Bombs fell, operation unfolded, and by morning, the leader of a sovereign nation was no longer in his own country. America called it law enforcement. America called it security and then wrapped it in a language of morality. But power has always spoken like this. Every empire before it destroys first explains. And this explanation has been used before. If you see in Iraq, it was fear. In Libya, it was freedom. And in Afghanistan, it was peace. And every time what followed was the same ruins, graves, and generation growing up inside chaos. Venezuela was already bleeding. Sanctions had crushed its economy, and institutions were hollowed out. People queued for food, medicine, and survival, and yet none of this gave any nation the right to cross borders with bombs and decide who rules whom. This was not justice. This was domination. If illegal drugs were the real concern, the world would not look this selective. Entire reason would be under scrutiny. Entire system would be questioned. But they are not. Because the truth is uncomfortable. Venezuela is rich, not in power, not in allies, but in oil. And history has never been kind to countries that are rich in resources and weak in protection. Oil turns nation into targets, oil attracts attention, and oil invites intervention disguised as concern. And what gets erased in this narrative is the human face. The child who wakes up to siren, the mother who doesn't know whether the morning will be peaceful, the student who once dreamed of a future and now learns the geography of fear. They were not consulted. They were not protected. They were simply placed in the path of power. America says it will now manage Venezuela. The sentence alone reveals the mindset. No country manages another. Only occupiers think this way. Only those who believe the world is still theirs to control. This is not about Venezuela anymore. This is about precedent. If one nation can be dismantled like this, any nation can be. This is where India must pause and reflect. India has seen empire. India has lived under foreign control. India understands what it means when decisions are taken far away by people who never face the consequences. Sovereignty is not a slogan, it is a survival. Strong nations are not optional, they are shields. Because when a country weakens from within, external forces do not arrive to help, they arrive to claim. America's action is not an error, it is intention. A declaration that power still believes it stands above law, above consent, and above humanity. But history is unforgiving to arrogance. Empire fall not when they lose strength, but when they lose restraint. Venezuela will carry this scar for decades. Its people will rebuild slowly, painfully, and the world will once again pretend this was unavoidable. But it was avoidable. The real tragedy is not what happened. The real tragedy is how normal this has become. Today is Venezuela. Tomorrow, someone else. The question is no longer what America has done. The question is who will be next and who will speak before it is too late.